Hello, my name is Gabriela Mujica, and in this video I'm going to be talking about endangered languages. I've noticed that a lot of people don't even know what an endangered language is and how it is possible for a language to be extinct. So in this video, my aim is to answer some of the most frequently asked questions about endangered languages. So, what is an endangered language? Anthony Woodbury from the Linguistic Society of America defines them as one that is likely to become extinct in the near future. This happens when there are no more speakers of a specific language because another one that is more widely accepted has taken its place. Let's take, for example, the United States. This is a country with no official language in a federal level, yet the most widely accepted language is English. It has caused many Native American languages to become endangered because no new generations are learning them and they don't seem useful anymore. According to UNESCO's Atlas of the World's Languages in Danger, at least 43% of the estimated 6,000 languages spoken in the world are endangered. This atlas recollects data about most languages and classifies them according to their safety. A language is already considered vulnerable when most children speak the language but is restricted to certain domains, like only at home. A language is considered extremely endangered when the youngest speakers are grandparents and they speak it partially and infrequently. A language is considered extinct when there are no more speakers left. So, you may be wondering, is this what happened to dead languages like Ancient Greek or Latin? No. These languages are considered dead because we can no longer find them in the same way that we do in ancient writings, but they were not abruptly replaced by another language. Instead, they evolved into new ones. For example, Ancient Greek evolved into what we know now as modern Greek, and Latin evolved to what we know today as Spanish, Italian, French, etc. So, how do languages become extinct? This can happen because of a number of different reasons. One of these can be just outright genocide. For example, when European invaders exterminated the Tasmanians in the early 19th century, an unknown number of languages died as well. Far more often, however, languages become extinct when a community finds itself under pressure to integrate with a larger or more powerful group. Sometimes the people learn the outsider's language in addition to their own. This happened, for example, in Greenland, a territory of Denmark, where one of the native languages is taught alongside Danish. A language can also become extinct because of pressure, where the community where they exist now is accepting a different language, and so they are forced to leave their own behind. So, language extinction can be sudden or gradual. A language can become extinct in a single generation if children no longer are learning it, yet other languages can become extinct more slowly. For example, Iroquoian languages like Onondaga and Mohawk, spoken in upstate New York and adjacent parts of Canada, have been declining for over 2 centuries. Yet they are still spoken today by older adults and, in the case of Mohawk, some younger people as well. Yet they are still considered endangered because the number of speakers has abruptly declined and it's still declining to this day. But why does it matter? Wouldn't it be easier if we all just spoke the same language? Well, yeah, it probably would be easier. But when a community loses its language, it often loses a great deal of its cultural identity as well. Although language loss may be voluntary or involuntary, it always involves pressure of some kind, and it is often felt as a loss of social identity or as a symbol of defeat. This doesn't mean that a group's social identity is always lost when its language is lost. But it is important to know that language plays a great part in a society's culture. It would be like for a human to lose a limb. Also, much is lost from a scientific point of view as well when a language disappears. A people's history is passed down through its language, so when the language disappears, it might take with it important information about the early history of the community. The loss of human languages also severely limits what linguists can learn about human cognition. By studying what all the world's languages have in common, we can find out what is and isn't possible in a human language. This, in turn, tells us important things about the human mind and how it is that children are able to learn a complex system like language so quickly and easily. The fewer languages there are to study, the less we will be able to learn about the human mind. So, what can be done in order to prevent languages from becoming extinct? There are many different options. For example, Maori communities in New Zealand have implemented nursery schools in which they only speak Maori in order to teach the new generation the language. And this practice has expanded in many countries to even primary and secondary school. Also, in places like California, the young members of the community have become students to the old ones in order for them to pass on their knowledge about the language. So in this case, many things can be done in order to prevent languages from being extinct. As it was said, they are very important, each of them, even if they are not official languages, even if not a lot of people speak them, they are part of a community, and they have with them a part of their history, a part of their identity, and we should not let them go extinct just because there are other languages that are more widely accepted. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that you leave it knowing a little bit more about endangered languages. If you would like to check out more information on this topic, I would leave in the description below some links that can help you understand this phenomenon a little bit better. Regardless of which language has the most speakers or is the most popular, you should always remember and cherish your native language, because in it you have a huge part of your identity and of your society's identity. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching this video.